Hey, how is it going everyone? Skullzi here with some Starfield news. It is exciting to finally have a trailer to speculate over because for a while there, everyone was so desperate for Starfield confirmation that anytime Bethesda did anything with stars, people thought it was a hint of some kind. I did some digging into Bethesda's source code for the Starfield website, and I broke down the trailer as well, and using all of this information, I think I have an idea of what the setting of Starfield will be, and not only that, but possibly the exact location in space that this trailer was showing. So before we get started, I'm going to assume that you've already watched the Starfield teaser trailer. If not, there is a link to it down in the description below. Either way, you'll obviously see footage of the trailer in this video. Now, the trailer did not tell us much at first, but there may be a couple small things that you may have missed. And to add to this, I did some digging on my own and found something that may actually tell us more about what is going on in this trailer, so let's get to it and break this down. The first thing of interest happens right away and only for a few seconds, so I am not surprised that not many people seen it, at least not at first. In the lower left hand corner of the screen, light illuminates part of a word, C-O-N-S-T-E. The first thing that comes to mind would be constellation, and it would make the most sense given the setting. The word also only appears briefly as a reflection of light from a nearby star passes by the camera, reflecting off some sort of glass visor or window. I believe the perspective of this trailer is taken from a spacesuit of somebody floating out in space rather than the window of a spaceship of some kind, and I'll touch on that here in a bit. As to why the word constellation would be printed within a spacesuit, that could be one of a few things. Could be a brand or manufacturer name of the spacesuit, or it could be the reflection of a heads-up display showing the user's location. Now, this scene here, if you look closely, you can vaguely see the reflection of what almost looks like a man's face, being reflected from within what looks like a visor or a spacesuit of some kind, like I said before, and that's why I think that this is a spacesuit rather than a spaceship window, because you can see the reflection of the man's face is so close, and also because the word constellation would make much more sense being in a heads-up display of some kind within a spacesuit rather than on a spaceship window or whatever. Now, I'm not sure why this guy would be floating out in space. Maybe Starfield starts with you getting thrown out of an airlock of a spaceship and left to eventually run out of oxygen and die, similar to the Elder Scrolls Prisoner experience. Next, we see a space station which is rotating in order to provide artificial gravity. Then suddenly, the spaceship disappears into a wormhole of some kind. This is all we can really gather from this trailer. However, this isn't where this video ends, because I did some digging of my own as always. And if you've been following me for a while now, then you know I usually find some stuff that wasn't meant to be found, and I think I may have done that again. I went to the official Bethesda Starfield website to see what I can find, and there wasn't much there at first, at least not out in the open, so I looked into the source code, and I think I may have found something. In the source code for Starfield's website, there are menu items that are saved within a source code which are not actually on the website yet. Likely they have the website already set up in the source code and have most of the links and content not visible until some point in the future when Starfield is close to release. One of these pathways links to something called M15. M15 could be anything. It could be the name of a ship in the game, could be the name of a planet, a character, there are many possibilities. However, M15 also happens to be the name of a very interesting thing in real life. Miser 15, or M15, is a global cluster of many stars and planetary systems. It also happens to be the only known location where there are planetary systems within nebula. Also, and more importantly, it is unknown what is exactly attracting all of these stars to such a dense location. It would take a huge gravitational influence to do this, and the only thing that would be able to do this known to man is a black hole, so that is what is hypothesized to be in the center of M15. Now, if the trailer happened to take place in M15 cluster, then I think that the ship or space station or whatever used this black hole in order to travel, meaning black holes could be used for long-distance space travel in the Starfield universe. Or it could be that there isn't a black hole in the center of M15 at all, and instead a literal wormhole is there, and you are part of a team sent through the wormhole to explore and investigate an unknown and alien universe. Either way, this is all speculation based on unactivated source code within the official website for Starfield, but think about this. If M15 isn't Starfield, that means that somewhere out there, far, far away, in the Starfield universe, is the Earth. Now, as always, I want to know what you think about all of this. Let me know down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet, I'll be sure to feature it in a future video. And if you want to stay on top of the latest gaming news, be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on so you can watch new videos first. Also, follow me on Twitter as I share my discoveries there often as well. And come over to Sugarbombed, where we are building a strong and awesome gaming community. We have a Discord, a chat where there is always a conversation taking place, and forums. And if you want to have your hand in personally building future content on my channel, then consider subscribing to me on Patreon. Links for all of these awesome things down in the description below. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when it turns out that Starfield does stuff and things.
Bye, have a great time.